Welcome back to Post Trauma. If you remember in our previous video, we got glitched out. So here you want to come back to the main menu and you want to load your autosave. Do not load your manual save. Luckily for us, the game does automatically save even though the game freezes. So here you're going to spawn in outside of this train and we want to head toward the back of the train because off to the right there is there is a drawer that has an item inside. So you can go ahead and grab that before we continue on. We're going to run up to the front of the train and then continue on down the track. Just for anyone who is a little confused, at the end of the last video, the game just crashes. I played through this game 3 times. It just crashed every single time that I played on 2 different profiles. So it seems to be a common occurrence. Don't worry, all you have to do is close the game out, reopen it, and from the main menu load your autosave and it will bring you to where you are supposed to be continuing the story. So here we'll get a quick cutscene where we meet up with Freya. She's on the opposite side and we have to find a way to get to her. So continue down this path and go off to the left. This is pretty much the final sort of puzzle area of the game. When we come down here, you want to go through the only path that we can take. It's like a small tunnel. When you come out, you'll have a fork. You want to head over to the right and you'll see there's kind of an orange glow. That is going to be where we have a save point. You may want to go ahead and make a quick save here. Once you've completed your save, you want to head past the radio and then go over to the right. There's a door that has a green glow, but it is padlocked. So we'll have to find a key to access that area. Keep on going in the direction we were going before. Follow again to the right and we'll see a gate with a podium next to it. Grab the circular piece that is in that podium and we're gonna head back over to the save point. This is pretty much a square in the middle with a slice in between, so it's not hard to figure out where you are, although I did just run into an invisible wall. So come back by the save slot, head back the way we came, and immediately go to the left. There's a door here. We need to go inside. And in this room, you want to use the circular piece that we just collected and put it into the podium in this room. This will drain what looks to be blood out of that sink. And you'll see once you get control of Roman again, the visual is really wonky. You'll have to move around and change the camera angle to get rid of this visual anomaly. I'm not sure why this happens, but it happens every time. Anyway, once you can see again, you have actually collected a key. Be sure to grab the circular piece from the podium before you leave because we are going to need it again. Then we can exit this room and go back over to the door that has the green glow. We now have the key to unlock the padlock for that door. Once we get this door opened, it's a long flight of stairs. Just head down the stairs. When we get to the bottom, we're going to round a corner to the left. And we'll have an enemy encounter, but it is a very easy enemy. It will go down in just 1 hit. Then continue past it and grab the next circular piece out of the podium. And then we want to head back up to the top. And of course, now that we have two circular pieces, we can go to the gate that we saw earlier where we got the first circular piece. We're going to go back over there and place both pieces inside of the podium in order to progress to the next section. As this gate lifts, we're going to head through this tunnel and into the next section, which is going to begin the final major puzzle section of this game. Walk forward and follow the path. There's really only one way to go. You can see up here there's a light off to the right. We're going to come back to that in just a minute. For now, go left and through the doors with the orange glow. This is a save room, and you'll see on the floor there is S310 written on the floor. This is a clue for the puzzle. I don't know what you would call this puzzle, maybe the strange piece puzzle or the cardinal direction puzzle. I'm not sure. Whatever you decide to call it, we're going to see these paintings with one of each of the four cardinal directions, followed by a number. And this is going to be important to be able to solve the puzzle. So once we have finished whatever you would like to do in this room, exit out, go back the way we came and head over to that light. On this little table here, there's a strange piece that we need to pick up. And honestly, at this point, I kind of confuse myself with where I'm going. So I'm actually heading back to where we entered. And if we go to the right of the entrance, you'll see there are drawers here, and you can actually pick up an item that I missed earlier. Here, again, I'm going to head in the wrong direction, but I will quickly realize, turn around, and we're going to go back over to the door with the orange glow. I do stop to check out this area with the light, but we have already recovered that piece. So once we get past the door that leads to the save room, you've probably heard it already, but there is an enemy around this corner. You do not have to fight it, just simply run past it. And as we turn the corner again, you'll see there is E023 written on the wall. And there's a door directly behind that. In this room on the white chest is our second strange piece. Be sure to grab it. And when you come to the end, you see there is W324 written on the wall and barrels. Once we exit this room, go to the right and head up the flight of stairs. Once you get to the top, it can be very difficult to see, but on the ground is painted N021. Go to the right. You can grab an item out of the drawer here and then enter the door just past it. And this is the actual puzzle room. When you walk to the back of the room, you will see that on the white chest is another strange piece. That is our final piece. To the left of that is the board that we'll be using to place these pieces. So go in your inventory and lay them all on the table, grab one, and starting from the very middle, we're going to go east 2 spaces and north 1 space. Head back over to your pieces, select another one, and starting from the middle, we're going to go south 3 spaces and west 2 spaces, and that one is already marked. There is an X on the board right there. Grab your final piece and starting from the middle, go west 2 spaces and north 1 space, and you will receive an ancient mask. This is your point of no return. You have to go back to the save room at this point and make a manual save if you want to get both endings and the platinum trophy. So just head back down the stairs in the direction that we came from. run around this building that's in the middle. Do be aware that the enemy is still roaming around here if you have not taken care of it previously. It's pretty easy to avoid. And go back into the save room and make your manual save. We will be playing through the end. We'll receive ending A first. And once that is completed, we'll reload this save right here and go back and do ending B. So yes, you do have to fight the final boss twice, but it may make you feel a little bit better knowing that it's actually not a fight. It's more of a puzzle than a fight. So there's that. And it's pretty quick. So let's head back up the stairs and we're going to cross over the top of this. Don't go to the right. We don't need to go there anymore. Just go across and we're going to head down the stairs on the opposite side. There is an enemy down here, but if you're quick enough, you do not have to fight it. Just run right past it. Go over here and you want to select your mask, which will open up this door, and you should be able to get out of there before the enemy catches you. And of course, this is the end of Act 4, which nets us the Commute trophy. Here we do have a very short cutscene. You can see Freya and Roman are back together, and you'll speak to the king, and you can see his outfit kind of goes crazy, which Roman's mustache does too during the cutscenes. His mustache will do that same jittery thing, and it's really funny. Anyway, once you speak to the king, you are going to end up on this train with Freya, and this is the point where you decide which ending it is that you want. So first, we're going to do ending A, and for ending A, you have to move the lever to the left to speed up the train. By doing this, you can see Jill is on the outside of the train and she's sort of harassing us. By going fast and not slowing down, we are actually going to crush Jill at the end. This I don't believe is the canon ending. So that's why we're doing this one first. It's the bad ending. So just leave your hand on the lever. Make sure it's pulled to the left and you're going fast. And ignore the warning light when it starts beeping. And that is going to ensure that you get ending A. Once that is over, you'll get a short cutscene and you will be in the boss fight. Look immediately to your right and you'll see there's a large button on the floor. And right in front of this creature is a smaller button that's on the floor. We want to time it right so that the creature doesn't slap you, and go step on that button because it will release a small enemy. You want to bait the enemy over to you. You will see that this creature actually can kill that smaller enemy. I didn't do this on purpose, it's just kind of how it happened. But it does help to show you that those enemies, you can spawn them endlessly. So as soon as he smacks his hand down on the ground, run back over there, hit the button again, and try to bait the large creature in the middle to slap you or slap in your direction without the smaller enemy getting in the way. So you can see I kind of baited it one way and then I went in another direction. It completely missed the small creature. We need to get this creature over here, wait for it to step on this large button, and kill it to where the weight holds the button down. This will lower the gate right in front of us here, and you can go and interact with this lever. Once you interact with the lever, you'll see that Freya now has access to move the circles. This one here is the middle circle. You want to move it to where it makes a pattern. Then we get give control back to Roman. Come over here by this weird pillar that's on the ground and have the hand slap it to break it so we have easy access to get to the next lever. Once we press this lever and Freya takes control, we have to slide the bottom piece. And once it's done correctly, the gate will start to open and we get the One Eye Open trophy. That is for completing Act 5. Here you will see the ending cutscene. For this particular ending, I am going to let it play out, and then you'll be able to see the differences between the two once we reload and come and do this yet again.
I think that's it. We just have to go together.
What's the holdup? Let's go! Come on!
Wait, there's...
As you can see, Roman hesitated before leaving. And we also see that was Jill's voice that we heard, and she's talking to Roman, so we know this is not the true ending, but that's okay because we're going to reload our save and come back again to actually complete the story. For this, we get the Forgive, Forget trophy, and that's for completing post-trauma. The It's Over trophy is for getting ending A. So we have 3 trophies left, and we're going to get them all by the end of this second round with the final boss. So the king sort of told them what to do. He sort of let them know what it was they needed to do to get out of here, and apparently they did not do everything correctly. So here, just come back to the main menu, load your manual save, and you'll respawn in the S310 save room. We have the white mask. We can head straight over to the door. I'm very excited to talk about the end of this game and what I think about it, but I am going to save all of that until the end credits. The end credits are very short, so I'm going to have to cram a whole lot in at the end. Hopefully I can get all of my thoughts out before the ending. Again, just like before, you can avoid this enemy. Just run right past it. I'm walking a little to let it get closer to me, but it actually went in the wrong direction. So here I'm going to select the mask, wait for the door to open, run through. We will not get a trophy this time because we've already collected the trophy for completing Act 4. We'll skip these cutscenes. Again, we're going to spawn in on the train. And this time, in order to get ending B, we need to move the lever to the right to slow down the train. Now, you'll see I kind of pull it to the right a little bit because we don't want to stop the train, or to the left, I mean. We'll move it to the left a little bit. We'll go a little bit faster, just so that the train keeps on moving. But you do have to make sure once you get to the end of the tunnel, once the red light starts flashing, you need to have the lever pulled to the right so that you can intentionally go slow and we do not crush Jill this time.
Julianne.
As you can see, Jill is still alive and she seems a little bit surprised that Roman made sure that she was okay and did not actually crush her against that gate. Now, just to make things go a little bit faster, I have sped up this boss fight. I have already walked you through it and told you exactly how to get through this particular section. So this is going to run through really, really fast. I think I've got it at like 8 times speed or something crazy. It's very, very simple. Just do the same thing you did the last time. Make sure that those circular pieces are lined up. And here you'll see we get a very different cutscene this time. As you can see, Jill helped us to kill the abomination, which nets us the tail end trophy, and we can only get that in ending B.
It wasn't just an accident. Before all this, I never wanted anyone to get hurt. I didn't even want to die, but I didn't want to wait any longer. I was so tired of waiting. I wanted to reach an ending. I wasn't thinking. It was a moment of darkness. And a lot of people died. I can never be sorry enough. But I am sorry.
I don't understand, but I believe you. I didn't kill my friend. But I didn't stop someone from hurting her. I did not speak. I wasn't brave enough to speak at the time. Can't make it right. She's gone now. I'm sorry.
I believe you too.
Hold hands? Jump.
Whatever happens, thank you.
With this ending, you can see that Roman and Freya seem to have been able to leave. We get the It's Done trophy for reaching ending B, and we also get the post-trauma platinum trophy for collecting every trophy in the game. So my final thoughts on this game. I loved the music. It was perfect for the setting and the tone. I do acknowledge there was some visual stuttering during the cutscenes. However, I thought it added a little bit of charm to the game, and if anything, it was quite amusing. I liked the story progression. You go from in Act 1, everything is confusing and you really don't understand what's going on, but by the end you have a very clear understanding of what happened and why these characters are the way they are. I thought the story, it does leave a lot to the imagination, but as per my assessment, the people that look like people, Roman, Carlos, and Freya, they have not succumbed to their own inner demons. Carlos looks a little more mannequin-like than the other two do, so I think he may be in the process of succumbing, but he seems to be the arbiter of justice in this place. He is constantly going after someone named Henry, who in my opinion is the teacher that was hurting Freya's friend. Freya admits at the end that she knew of a girl that was being hurt and she didn't do anything about it. She didn't say anything, and now her friend is gone, so she's living with this guilt. But I think it was Henry who was doing that, and I think that Carlos is enjoying hurting Henry, and that's why he's starting to look more mannequin-like. Roman, he obviously hurt some people. He didn't mean to. He just wanted a way out, and I'm wondering if maybe he was sick, maybe he had cancer and he was suffering from depression, and by killing himself he ended up killing other people too, which obviously leads into Jill. Jill is angry at him for hurting, I think it's her sister. That's why we see her in the hospital. Jill has warped into something other than human, and I think it's her anger and rage and need for revenge that has warped her physically into this inhuman monster. But by the end, all of these characters have found a way to forgive themselves and forgive each other, and I think that's what the king was talking about, that Freya and Roman, are able to leave and go to the next place in the afterlife that is no longer the gloom because they have acceptance. And I thought it was a wonderful story overall. If you did, in Freya's story, if you did go into that room A02, then you can see what I'm talking about, the friend being hurt. And you also get a little tidbit if when you turn around from that scene and the camera angle changes, you'll see Freya peeking through the window of the classroom, which gives a very big hint as to the fact that she knew something bad was going on. I like the fact that there were no maps in this game. It makes it a little bit more difficult, but it makes you think harder. It's not combat heavy, it's very puzzle heavy, and I thought that the lack of maps really played into that. So, in my opinion, if you like this type of game, definitely get it. It's at a very reasonable price, and you're supporting a very small team of devs. I would give it personally an 8 out of 10 for what it is. And I always give my ratings not as a blanket rating where you're including every type of game in it, but for this type of game, it was very well done, very well thought through, and I thoroughly enjoyed my time playing Post Trauma. Hopefully all of you have also enjoyed playing through this game, and hopefully you enjoyed my trophy guide and walkthrough. If you would like to be notified the next time I post another guide, hit that subscribe button. Hitting the like button also helps the channel grow. I'm also including my PSN ID. It is lilypad22. You can request to be friends there if you'd like to see what I'm working on next. And hopefully I will see you all here in our next trophy guide. So until then, Khajiit always has wares.